Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here once again with Spellbinders to show their Glimmer Kit of the Month for April 2019. So they have started, and it's been out for a while, a monthly kit specifically for the Glimmer Hot Foil System that they have. So these are the contents. So you will get one of the Glimmer plates that you can foil with, along with a packet of foil. Now, the packet of foil has to be a satin silver, which really had fun confusing me. Oh, yes. And then this wonderful, absolutely wonderful alphabet. So it is just the alphabet, so you can make lots of words. When it comes to this set, the letters themselves are approximately, they're very close to an inch in height, so 3/4 of an inch. So I chose my letters, and what I'm going to do, now I have videos that show exactly how the Glimmer Hot Foil System works, with some tips and tricks. So I will link that probably in the upper right hand corner. In case you want to see that. So I won't be going into too many details here on this video. So once they're heated up, I place my foil down, and if you haven't noticed, the foil went down upside down. Whenever you put your foil down onto your plates, it's always the shiny side down, not up. You don't want that facing you. So of course, with it being a matte or a satin, yeah, you can see I glimmered my plates. So we redid it, and of course I get a better impression because it's the right way this time. So the mats, they're a little tricky, but we had fun. So once I have my letters foiled, what I want to do is I grabbed a die from my stash, and it's actually from one of the previous month's card kits, and in there it had a heart balloon. So now that you can see, I'm just spelling out birthday. So I have all of these beautiful balloons. So what I did, I grabbed my distress inks, and I grabbed them in rainbow form. So I'm starting out with warm lipstick, then I'm going with festive berries. Then I'm going with spice marmalade, mustard seed, mowed lawn, evergreen bow or bowl. I'm going into broken china, and then dusty concord. Can you tell I'm trying to read something here? So, and that's okay. So each letter is going to have its own color shaded to it. Now what I'm using is a finger dauber. A finger sponge dauber, just to put some of that color down. Now, some of these colors are close. I didn't pick, in some cases, you know, the colors aren't too different, but that's okay. Because you can see that I'm not covering up the foiled area, I'm going around it. One side's a little bit darker than the other. That's just going to give me some of my shading. By leaving the area white, that's kind of providing my highlight when it comes to the letters themselves. Now, when I was doing this, you do want to be careful. You can ink over the foil, but just know that part of it may rub off as well. So I didn't have a stencil long enough because, of course, this is going to be a non-traditional size card. So this card is actually cut to 4 inches by 7 inches. So what I did was I grabbed a die from my stash that creates the clouded puffy end, you know, like the one side. And what I did was I just cut it long and I connected them together. This way, I wanted the background that the clouds are about to, or excuse me, my balloons are about to sit on. I wanted it to be the sky. So it seems like all of these balloons are just up in the sky. So I'm just going down this panel, just making sure that there's clouds and clouds and clouds and clouds and clouds. So it's fun. So you can see I just have this soft effect going down this card. Once I know that's the way that I wanted it to look, I'm just going to place one of the hearts down because I want to make sure that I get there is a sentiment that is going to be stamped on this. And of course, that's just the word happy. And I'm actually using that from one of the Spellbinders sentiment stamp sets. And you'll see that here. I'm about to show that. There are some great sentiments in that stamp set because you can mix and match, make your own, which is what I like. But I thought the happy was just the perfect size to sit up in the left-hand corner. Now I'm just going to arrange my balloons. I want it to look like they're floating up into the sky. Now, of course, this is going to change because, you know, it's never works that they stay that way. But that's fine. And I'm going to use a combination of adhesives. I'm going to use a liquid adhesive, and then I'm also going to use foam squares. Because, of course, I've got to have my dimension. I've got to have my layers. So I'm just going to go across this entire card and set these in place. Now, some of them I'll grab, you know, you can see me jumping down because I want to make sure those that I'm using liquid adhesive with, that those are placed first because I know they're not going to go anywhere. And then I can fill in with the ones that I need to use the foam squares with. So you can see I'm starting to run out of room. You can tell, you know, the left side looks great. It's nice and spread out. Once we get down to the end, we're kind of pushing all of those balloons together. But there is another reason why I'm making sure that a lot of these are placed the way that they are. And that's because I want to make sure I can put my strings on my balloons. So to make sure that all those that I'm seeing the bottoms of, I'm going to come in and I'm going to get to doodle. So I'm going to put a line going across the bottom. And that's when I realized the D's not adhered. Hello. So we can make that work. So all the other ones were down except this one. That's okay. So once I set that one, then I know I know where my strings are. So the H, the D, and the Y. The A I'm not worried about because, again, I can't get to that. So I'm not going to worry about that one. So from each of these, I'm just going to do my squiggles. At least that's what I call them. And then, of course, I'm going to come in with my scribbles. Yes, squiggles and squibbles. It's just something that I do when I doodle. Just adds a little bit of a touch. So that's what that front is going to look like. Of course, we're going to have a non-traditional card base size, and that's going to be cut 4.5 by 7.5, just so I can have that border, and I did use a black. I'm going to trim off the edge of the one balloon, because that is the one that's going off the edge. And that is our card for today. So if you are a member of the Glimmer Hot Foil Club, wait till you get this. You will have so many uses for this. And if you're not, and you have the Glimmer Hot Foil System, what a way to build your stash. What a way to build up your plates, get your foils at the same time. So I think this club kit is great because it can help without, you know, okay, I've got to have everything all at once. So I do hope you enjoyed the card for today. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure you leave those down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All the products that I used, or I should say, not so much the products, but the links to this kit and the sentiment set and so forth, I will make sure are linked down below in the video description in case you wanted to check them out. And then, of course, more information on the kit of the months that Spellbinders has to offer, because there are many. I do want to thank you so much again for stopping by and watching this video. If you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe and be able to tune in for my next video. Here are a few other videos, both using the Glimmer system and also Spellbinders projects that I thought you might like. I hope everyone's having a great day. Make sure you take care, but always remember what's most important. Always be creative.